everyone. In this video, I am coming with a new topic, Introduction to Signals and Systems. This topic is under the subject Signals and Systems. So first of all, we will see what is a signal. So signal is any physical phenomenon that convey or carry some information. So that is called a signal. In electrical engineering, this is actually a fundamental quantity which represents some information or which give us some information, that is called a signal. Now, as we come to know that signal is a quantity that carry information. Now, this information carried by a signal will be a function of an independent variable. So that is the characteristics of a signal. So that variable, the most popularly used that independent variable in signals is time. That means we can say signal will give us information according to with respect to changing time. The value of a signal at any specified value of the independent variable is called its amplitude. That means at any specified time, what is the value it gives us, it is called the amplitude of the signal. And the plot of the amplitude of a signal as a function of independent variable is called its waveform. Now, mathematically, signal can be represented as a function of one or more independent variable. So that is the introduction of signal. So how signal can be defined, on which it depends. So this is about our introduction to signals. Now, these signals can be classified into different ways. So we'll discuss now some of this classification. So here, depending on so it will be classified depend on different quantity. So one of such quantity is depending on the number of sources for the signal. It can be classified into two types: one channel signal and multi-channel signal. So one channel signal is what? If the signal is generated by only one source, then it is called one channel signal. If it is generated by more than one source, then it is called multi-channel signal. Again, depending on the number of dependent variable, one channel it is divided into two types: one-dimensional signal and multi-dimensional signal. Nextly, signals depending on the types of the dependent variable, it is classified into continuous signal and discrete signal. So these are some classification, some way of classifying the signal. Now, what is continuous signal? What is discrete signal? So continuous signal is a type of signal which is defined with respect to time. So it is as its name suggests that it is a continuous, and this signal is also called analog signal, and it is defined over a continuous independent variable. Next, discrete signal. So discrete signal is what? In a signal which time as independent variable, if the signal is defined only for some specific definite time interval, then it is called discrete signal. That means it is not a continuous type of signal. It will define for some specified time. If we compare both the two types of signal, analog signal and discrete signal, we are able to observe that a discrete signal is easier to analyze. For analyzing purpose, actually discrete signals are more friendly, more useful as compared to analog signal, because it will give the value of or information at any specified time directly. So that was our extension of signal. Now we will go for the introduction to system. The system is any process that exhibit cause and effect relation can be called a system. System So this word we always come across this word. So system is a device or combination of device which can operate on signal and produce corresponding responses. That means a system will be what? In a system there will be input, so that input is called as excitation, and there will be output, that is called as response. And in between the input and output, system will process the input and give us the output. So that is a system. So for an example, a system is given as communication system. Now, depending on the types of the input and output, system also can be classified as continuous time signal and discrete time signal. So if the system deals with a continuous time signal, that means if it processes a continuous time signal, then it is called continuous time system. If it processes a discrete time signal, then it is called a discrete time system. So this is a small definition or small introduction to system. Now, importance of signal system, as these are in today's life, or in this developing our life, the signaling system play a vital role in almost every field of science and engineering. So not only in theory purpose, it has so many practical applications. So for example, its first application is used in biomedical. So in biomedical, that our instrument for diagnosis instrument, the diagnosis instrument used in medical science, all these are based on actually system. So all will give us information based on this signal and system process. So besides this, it will work. It is used in signal and system. Concept is used in speech processing, audio and video processing, communication. So it has a very much used application in practical life also. So this is all about the introduction. So thank you everyone.